found in your pack a large sheet of white paper, and this is the thick card, and you know it's going to be thick because if you look in the top corner you see I've put a little T. I think it's a T, can't remember now, I'm beginning to doubt myself. It's either a T or a red dot, but that's the sheet that you need. So what you need to do is to take this sheet and basically you're going to cut it in two. So it's the full sheet. So if you go with your trimmer, and you just need to put, let's zoom that down a bit further so you can probably see hopefully see the numbers a bit easier. Excuse me. Take the full sheet and on the short edge line it up at 10.5. Okay, and just cut straight down from top to bottom. So that's the first thing you need to do. Once you've done that, you'll be ending up with two sheets the same. So you could make two if you wanted to. I've only provided you with enough stuff to make one box, but if you like this project and you want to make another one, then there you go. You've got your own resources. You can probably put that together. So take that one sheet, and all you need to do is to fold it in half to begin with. So literally, don't worry about scoring. Just literally fold it in half. And the way I found to do it is if I folded it in half like that, so I held the two ends, and then I took my boning tool and just started the process of creasing it along that edge, and that is the easiest way to do this. Okay, and once you've done that, there you go, you've got the crease across the middle. So the next thing you need to do is to get a pencil and a ruler, and just literally, sorry, I think I just bumped the camera there. Sorry about that, probably made you jump. Okay, so if you do it on the centimetre side, you'll find that works better. So it's just finding the centre point, and I think you'll find that this is going to be 10.5, so is the whole sheet. So the centre point of that is roughly about 5.5 centimetres, and just put a pencil dot in that, and then do the same thing on the other end, so top and bottom. So if we go for 5.5, I think you'll probably find that that's just about the right spot, like so. Just make sure it's a pencil rather than a pen, because obviously it's easier. And then what you need to do is to take your trimmer, and you want the scoring section. So I'm just going to lift that back up a bit. There we go. So you want the scorer, you don't want the cutter. Okay, so take the scorer, take your piece of cardstock, and what I did was I took the dot and I put the dot on the centre where the cutting line is, and then I just moved the bottom part, move that up a bit so you can probably see a bit better. So let's go up a bit because it's not easy to see. And I took the score line that goes across the middle and I lined it up at the bottom so that both the dot and the end of the score line were sitting in the cutting part of your scorer. Okay, and literally score. So the other, and then do the same thing on the other side. You might have to, as you can see, might have to come down slightly. Okay, and then just score from top to bottom, and you should find that it just goes slightly off each corner, and then just do the same thing to the other end. So just take the dot at one end and make sure they're both sitting in the groove of your trimmer. Now Hazel, you may have seen this on Emma's Friday group. I think I mentioned that to you the other Saturday, but you will possibly have seen it. So effectively, once you've done that, you will have a diamond shape, and just bend the score along the score lines down, so bend it downwards, okay, on each corner, just bend it down, and when you actually fold it down you see that that is now a diamond shape. Okay, the next thing you need to do is actually put a punch hole at the top so that when you tie it with the ribbon it all lines up. Now when Emma did it, she did it each end. I found that a bit confusing, so I found a way that I could do this easier, in my opinion. You may not think so. So if you close the box up, you'll see that it forms a triangular shape, a bit like a piece of cheese, but you can see at the top where the openings are. So I took a red pen in this case and I found the center point. So it won't necessarily be the same on both sides, just be aware of that. So all I did was I just marked a red dot on one side and then I did the same thing, and I tried to line it up to where the red dot is. It's not probably the easiest thing to do, but you can do it if you do it slightly bent towards you. You can see one dot, so you can roughly see where the dot's got to be on the other side. Okay, so when you've done that, you then need a single hole punch. And if you take your single hole punch and just keep the piece of cardstock closed on one side, don't worry about the other side because your red dot will help you with that one. And literally, just bring that up a bit higher so you can see. So I opened it up on one side. I did push it so that the two sides were together, and literally I just pushed my single hole punch. You might need to hold one corner, and I just pushed the hole punch right the way down as far as I could go and punched the hole. And then I did the same thing on the other side. Put the dot on the right side, I'll be able to see what I'm doing. So there you go. And I just pushed it again as far as I could, like that. And I then found that those two holes lined up. So I'm going to just grab a piece of ribbon, and I've included ribbon in your packs. So you could then decide, right, once I've done that, I can just hide the dot by folding it one on top of the other way, so you can't actually physically now see the dots, and feed the ribbon through the holes. And then tie a bow. There we go. And there's the bow tied on the top. So the rest of the instructions should be quite straightforward for you. All I would say is when you come to put the DSP on the actual, I'm just going to take that off first before I go any further. I'm not going to actually put any DSP on this one, but I just want to explain it to you in case it doesn't make sense to you. Hopefully it will. What I did was I put the DSP on the front, and then I made sure that the edges were folded and just turned it like that, so I could then trim off that way the excess. I think he says something very similar in the instructions, but just in case you didn't understand it. So I did that with the first piece of DSP, and then I folded down that edge and did the same thing on that side, so you've got that line to follow, so you know you're going to have it straight. You will find that that DSP won't go completely to the point, okay, but don't worry about that. If you can get it to the point, brilliant. Just put I think I've given you a piece that should allow you to take it all the way to the top. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it, but just fold it down the crease before you cut, and then you'll find that that works quite easy. And then you need to do the same. So I would suggest that you put the gold, I think it's gold, yeah, it's gold, the gold first, and then the DSP, as you can see on this piece. This is the one I made as the example. So it's the gold shimmer silver speciality paper that you put on first, and then you put the DSP on the top. So it's my suggestion to you that if you apply the DSP to the gold before you put it onto the box, you will find that it works much easier for you. Anyway, hopefully yours will end up with in the same way. I would love to see what you've done when you've finished it. You have also got in your packs the gems. Just be careful with them because they're very difficult to stick on. I've put quite a bit of glue to stick on this. If you want to use double-sided tape, that might be a better option, but the foil that this leaf is made from is very, very difficult to get stuck on. It took at least a day for it to stick on, so I would just put it on and just leave it, and don't keep touching it because otherwise it'll come off. So hopefully you'll find that easy. The letters stick on really easy, so, and they're all in your pack. Okay, so hopefully that's been okay and you have got to understand how to do that. I'll see you soon. Bye.